AI is brilliant when you kind of use it for some of the things, but it's very biased. A lot of the time it gives out fake information. I've got stuff that I'm 100% sure of and it lies. And I even had at one stage, I'm not sure it was a Gemini or what. And the answer it said, because we've got more male programmers. And I should have screenshotted it. Like, I was like, what? Lots of times it stops writing to me because it doesn't like the questions I'm asking. But irrespective of that, because like what you're doing in asking the questions for is brilliant, because when you ask the right questions, but yeah, I'm just like curious what your thoughts of, because there's so many jobs being lost now, and like all the truckers eventually, all drivers will be gone, taxi drivers, like even people in the shops, people now are doing self-checkout and everything, and they don't even realize they're thinking it's great, but it's like, where are these people going? And even people, I'm talking to people that are marketers and everything, all that stuff now, you can go into even doing logos and everything. You just go in and it's like, it gives you 1,000 options that
100%.
for $8. Sometimes it's actually included in a package that you've got. And everyone is kind of like, you're trying to protect people and have an investment, but like, does it scare you? Because unfortunately, the likes of BlackRock, which I don't trust, are putting a lot of money behind this. Whereas if you've got decent people that are trying to make the world better, we can actually use AI to like help a load of things. Like I saw one, even robotics with a robotic for firefighting. So you're not going to risk human life. And it's going to be the same. I mean, I'm not one for wars, but if it is, it'll be robotics instead of a human dying, you know? So, and just where do you see kind of humanity going with the way it's developing so fast?
So I think about this a lot, Roy. I truly do, and it's so fascinating because it's the convergence of technology, finances, economics, politics. It really touches on every aspect of our life. And so I'm going to throw out my Christian worldview for a second. And so that's what influences my thinking. And so I would argue that as people who are made in the Latin term, the imago Dei, in the image of God, that we have worth regardless of our work, right? And so in Genesis 3, I would argue that yes, the curse came in, we ate the fruit, we disobeyed God, the serpent tricked us, and then God cursed our work. And then the story of redemption plays out with God working in our lives. I think regardless of if the robots are doing all the work and we have UBI, universal basic income, which I certainly support. I think that it is important to recognize those who are marginalized, those who are oppressed, those who lose their jobs, those who are abused or trauma, etc. Those are the individuals that political leaders need to be addressing and need to be thinking about right now, and having those, which I think they are. There's already books that I've read, The Future of Work, I think by a British think tank dude, I can't remember his name, Matthew or something, is that regardless from the Christian standpoint of what we do, we are loved by God because of who we are.